Movement. Everyone can and should learn how to move better.
Sure, you could use something like calisthenics to pretend you have superpowers.
Or even to scare innocent people. Cool party tricks for sure.
You can use it to develop strength, improve your posture, your spine and your joints. Or just in the interest of moving well and being pain-free, enjoying true freedom of movement.
We all want a better body. This is something we can help you with. To go
From this to this in as little 5 weeks. But it's a good idea to remember that your movement depicts your anatomy and that your body wasn't designed to look well, it was designed to move well.
In fact, this is part of why we like the idea behind calisthenics. Calisthenics comes from the Greek kalos stenos, which means beautiful strength, or in not so many words, how to move with grace.
In the previous 6 videos in this series, we've covered a lot of ground. We've shown you our body transformation system,
including dated proof, as well as concepts like fat breaking, fat burning, muscle building and anti-aging.
We looked at the structure and the science behind them. We also looked at alpha-2 receptors and even shared a free mini routine you can start at home. This video will cover our movement-first approach, and in the next and final video in this series, we will cover post-program maintenance strategies to keep you in good shape for many years to come.
This is going to sound funny, but in order to bring out the best in you, we have to assume the worst. We designed our program assuming you may have problems you are not even aware of.
Bad posture, disc problems, joint pain, and everything in between. We use our knowledge to help correct all of these things because it's the right thing to do. It's our guarantee that not only in 5 weeks will you see incredible changes in your body,
But you will feel better and likely see significant improvement to your posture and movement.
it's no good if you look fantastic but you're in pain. We need you to look and feel great too.
We employ a movement-first approach to correct your posture and improve your movement with the likes of mobility training and even a little calisthenics, integrated right into the program.
Let's get right into it, starting with our approach to mobility and movement. Our approach to mobility and movement is rather simple.
Our approach is to make shit work nice.
Sacre bleu! Your body can move in many ways.
We are talking about fancy words like mobility, flexibility and stability, which most people think means stretching. But here's what they really mean.
Mobility is your ability to move a joint through a range of motion.
Flexibility is when it's passive, when you are being moved by external forces or objects. Stability is your ability to resist movement. For example, core stability is about resisting a change in the position of the spine.
Where foot stability is the ability to lock your foot in one position and not overpronate as you move on it.
While you have many movement options, you also have movement limitations. And whenever you run into a limitation, your only option is to compensate.
Usually you compensate through the joint above or below the limitation. That's why knee pain is usually to do with a lack of ankle mobility, or why back pain is usually to do with a lack of hip mobility.
Try flexing your hip by bringing your knee up. At what point you can't go any further without your other knee bending or your lower back rounding.
That's called a movement compensation. Try standing barefoot on one side, with your eyes open, and then again with your eyes closed.
At what point does your foot lose its ability to stabilize and resist the change of position, where it starts caving in, dragging the ankles, knees and pelvis with it? And why should you care about movement options like foot stability or hip flexion? Well, because you rely on these movement options all the time, whether you intend to or not. Take running, for example.
You spend 50% of your time on your left foot and 50% on your right.
If you can't keep a stable foot when you try your very hardest standing still, you stand no chance to keep it stable when you're not even trying.
At the end of the day, our bodies are amazing and very good at finding a way, compensating if you like.
We all have movement options and we all compensate, each and every one of us. The problem starts when your only option is to compensate over and over again. Caving that knee just a little, but all the time, or rounding your back just slightly, but far too often.
What happens when we overdo things is very similar to what would happen if you trained your biceps over and over. At some point, it will bloody hurt. Most people assume that you get stiff and tight as you age, and that everyone could do well if you just have the willpower to push harder at the gym.
We think you get stiff by not moving over the years, and that stretching provides a small relief, but almost never corrects the problem.
This is why our approach doesn't assume good movement, it teaches it. We improve your alignment, your spine, and your movement awareness.
We have extreme fat loss coupled with clever mobility training because we believe they are both important and they do cross over.
Mobility itself can be extremely complex. Our approach is rather simple.
When you work on your ability to move better, then you can move better and you don't have to compensate so much.
And when you don't compensate so much, there's less risk for injury or pain.
And as you learn to move better and with less pain,
Then you can generally move without worry.
because when shit works nice, which means you don't have to worry about pain and all that shit. In our program, we like to use self-limiting exercises. It's a very different way of thinking, but it's more doable by everyone, regardless of their fitness level. And it also means more fat breaking and fat burning.
Do you mean cardio, weightlifting, stretching, or maybe something like calisthenics?
Yeah, no, well, sort of. It's a bit of everything, but mainly it's stuff that you can do with your own body, not relying on weights for resistance, but not doing it easily.
For example, a high jump. If you try to jump as high as you can, you will jump as high as you can. The high for an athlete would be much higher than that of an obese person.
But guess what? Both of them are jumping as high as they can and as explosive as they can. They can both do it, and it's challenging for both of them.
The intensity is self-limiting.
Here's another example. If you look at this movement,
Anyone can do it, and everyone will fatigue. But before you get to that point, you will be able to perform a number of them repeatedly.
this is a challenge because of your position and your alignment. It doesn't matter if you're a fit granny or a powerful bodybuilder. The challenge will be relative and you will be able to complete it.
We do not discriminate, and we design our program with everyone in mind.
And this is why we get hate mail from everyone equally. Hey, why do you hate me? Hey?
We take your mobility and movement development seriously, so that you can move with confidence and not feel like shit. That's it for this short video. We hope you feel inspired. And if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the little bell for more great content like this.
If you want specific drills to start working on your movement with, we have a lot of them in our various programs. We even have a few you can start with right now for free in the mini routine.
What did you think? Did this resonate with you? Have you ever tried posture and mobility training before? Or even something like calisthenics?
And if you have, what did you think? Leave us a comment and let us know.
Our next video in the series looks at post-program maintenance. We hope to see you there. Until next time, stay